Apparently, they're like ranked number 4, VIZIO, right? I've never been interested in VIZIO, didn't care for it. VIZIO is apparently number 4. So you got the top tier stuff like Sony, Samsung, LG, or whatever else is out there, right? Then you got lower stuff like RCA, TLC, Toshiba, um, Sharp, or something like that. You got VIZIO. So amongst like the lower tier of televisions, consumer friendly televisions, VIZIO is apparently ranked at the top of that.
Greatness is not what you think. Pace yourself and watch.
I like to know where people stand so I know how to treat you accordingly. Baby trying to do it, I'm just doing me. I be working hard and they just want it free. Let's go. Look at how I'm whipping, so they tripping now. Take away the fake, you see the difference now. Be competitive with yourself. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jsean. So I don't know if I'm gonna put this in the beginning, middle, or end of the video because I'm doing this a few days later. But let me just tell you really quickly and catch you up on some things. But before I do, let me just say this. The last video I just posted, or one of the videos, I talked about not needing your media remote for PlayStation, based on somebody letting me know that. And I was saying that I have a sound bar, and because of my sound bar, I still need to use 2 remotes, meaning this one and my sound bar remote. Now, I got to kind of go back and kind of adjust what I said, because based on my circumstances, that's not really a sound bar. I have a surround sound. The Sony stuff didn't recognize my surround sound remote because I don't have the ARC technology, I guess, on that particular TV. With that being said, this particular TV right here that I'm going to kind of briefly talk about, it does have the ARC technology, and I'm assuming that's probably why that I'm able to control everything from this now. Oh, excuse me, not this, but well, this also, but I can also control everything through that factory TV remote. I can adjust the sound bar. I can adjust, and it's basically acts like it's one now. So if you have an older TV that doesn't have the ARC technology or ARC, then you might be in my position where you could have still 2 remotes to use. But now let me do this quick little summary because I don't know where I'm gonna place this part of the video. This TV is not the best TV, and that's obvious, right? But you have to remember the price point. For the price point, and me not being a super serious gamer or anything like that, who just wants to watch TV sometimes, use it as a media center and play video games, I think it's really dope, and I think it's pretty good. Now, for the price point, I think it's like A minus, basically. Well, for the price point, it's an A. But for the overall quality, I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10 or something like that. The only downside that I find is the picture quality itself. Has a lot of functions and features for an inexpensive 40-inch 4K HDR compatible TV. But sorry for all that noise in the back. But the picture quality is okay. I would give the picture quality maybe a 7-ish or 6, 7, something like that. It's all right. Outside of the box, it's not the best picture. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest. I had to do a lot of adjustments because I felt like on skin tones, on certain movies, it was looking kind of splotchy for some reason. And on games, it looked fine. But as far as media, I could just tell something was off. So I adjusted the tint to the right a little bit. I didn't boost the color too much because I felt like it just looked a little off. Something was wrong. So I dulled it down a little bit and it looks fine. It's not the most richest, cleanest picture or anything like that, but it's not bad. For what I wanted and for the price point that I wanted to stay at, I think it actually worked out pretty well. Now, could you pay an extra 100 and maybe get a Samsung 40 or 43 inch? Yes, you could. It's an entry level as well, but you might miss out on a few different things that I think this had, like an extra HDMI. I think they both had an ARC or ARC technology. I just think it was missing something. Maybe it didn't have 2.1 HDMI, and I don't even know if this has HDMI 2.1, but I don't know if it's true 2.1 and it fulfills all the features that it was designed for. But again, I bought the TV stand that allowed me to mount my sound bar, which is on the bottom here, because the TV comes with these little legs that are on the corners of the TV. If you have a small table, you're not going to be able to put the TV on the corner of the table because there's nothing to lay flat on the table itself. So I needed to stand with the base that's in the center. That way I could move the TV all the way to the corner of the table and still feel secure about where it's playing it. So this is a smaller space I have right here. The TV is only a 40-inch, but it looks pretty big and it looks ideal for what I want in this space. I wouldn't want to go any bigger at all. If anything, I could go a little bit smaller, but I'm perfectly happy with this size because as far as I can tell, you can't get but so small of a TV and have it in 4K. So 40 inch is pretty good as far as sizing wise. The problem is the stand. So this particular stand that I'm going to show you a clip of somewhere, the stand basically was only they range from anywhere from lower price to hundreds of dollars that you can find maybe in a store, but it's more inexpensive if you go to a place, a generic spot that sells a multiple versions of the same thing through different companies at like Amazon. And if you go to a place like Amazon, you're going to find something like this. I found it for only $20 for that stand. You really can't beat it. Even cheap stands are more expensive typically than $20, right? So for $20, I was able to mount the TV in the middle. I have it off in the air a little bit more, where even if I use the factory legs that come with the TV, if I put the sound bar, it wouldn't slide underneath. It would actually be in front of the TV. So I like that this is hanging underneath. It looks like it's part of the TV. It gives me a little bit of space where I can put accessories on my little PlayStation light right here. I had it a little higher and I could put my controllers underneath, but the problem with that is it looked too high. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you can tilt the TV and anything like that, but the stand was $20. I already own the sound bar. The light I showed you before, you can cop that for like 20 or whatever. So it makes room for my headphones, the controller station, docking station, and the PlayStation itself. Because once I put that TV here, I actually didn't have room for the PlayStation. I had to move it, and I have like a beat machine thing that was over here that actually I had to move because there's just no room for it if I want this here. So I had to make a choice. Right now, I'm happy with how this is. I definitely recommend it. I'll go try to cut through multiple clips of the other video so you can kind of see what I was saying about the TV in general. Maybe a little bit of specs, but I'm not really talking about that, just from my personal experience. Again, this is not the gamer of gamer TVs or anything like that, or monitors, but if you're looking for an affordable option, affordable solution for a media center, for a gaming console, TV for your console, then by all means go ahead. And you really don't even need a 4K TV to even enjoy your games or anything like that. My only thing was the capabilities of the PlayStation is so advanced nowadays that I just would rather have something that can kind of keep up with it technology-wise or spec-wise a little bit better. Again, if you want something that has like the motion rates that are really high, natively most TVs that are under $1,000 or 60 hertz. This says 120 on the box, but I don't know if that's like software or something related, or if it's true 120 or not. I don't know. I really can't tell, because the games that I personally play, it doesn't affect me. It never has, to be honest with you, since I ever played games in my entire life. And with that being said, it let me know that I really didn't need that. So, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of people don't have the correct TVs or monitors to play games the way they're originally designed for, software-wise and hardware-wise. So it's like, you can't tell me it's not possible to still enjoy your game. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe there is a little bit of motion that's annoying. I've never experienced it to the point where I felt like I had to have a particular type of gaming monitor. So if you're not that deep into it, like I'm not, I think something like this, or even what you already have, is good enough. I was just thinking, I don't want to spend a lot of money. I don't want the best or whatever there is out there. I don't need it at all. What's affordable? What's still 4K? What still offers HDR, the ARC technology, because I don't have that in my other TVs. What has it? The Dolby Vision or whatever it's called. This TV has it. I could have paid a little more for a Samsung again, but I just chose to stay within a certain budget. And I was able to get a nice TV stand to be able to mount the soundbar on the bottom. And I was able to get the little brackets shaped like this, or you can put it in like this, but the TV's so small, I reversed them so they go out like this. And these brackets right here screw onto some soundbars. Now, this isn't the soundbar I originally wanted to use, but my other soundbar doesn't even have mounting holes on the soundbar itself. It was like one of the original soundbars where you mount it to a wall. So again, I think the TV is decent, you know what I'm saying? But the worst part of the TV, the functionality of the TV on the remote, as far as the smart function features, the walkthrough of the TV was super user friendly. I've never used a VIZIO before. I'm not even a fan of generic electronics, to be honest with you. But at the same time, again, I'm trying to stick to a certain budget. One of my first LED or LCD TVs was a generic brand, and I still have it to this day. So it's been like mad years, 10, 15 years or whatever the case is. It's still kicking right now. The only thing, if I could say something, maybe the inputs are kind of like getting a little dusty in there, or maybe loose connection. I'm not sure. But other than that, the picture still works fine and it's still kicking. This is super user-friendly. I actually like the remote. It's very to the point. It's not confusing for somebody who's never used a TV or a smart TV or anything like that. Everything seems to be pretty snappy as far as I can tell. I don't know if I'm going to use the smart functions on the TV itself, because I have everything on the PlayStation. And the whole purpose of me getting this TV was for the PlayStation. So I feel like I'm just going to do a lot of the media stuff through the PlayStation itself. What else can I say? Great budget TV monitor / gaming setup here. Yeah. So I think that's it. I don't know if there's any questions you have, or I'm a basically piggyback off the other video version that I did off the video. It's just when I originally unboxed the video or unboxed the actual TV, there was nothing really I could say about it because I didn't know enough about it. Didn't even actually use it, so it's hard for me to talk about it in any way. The picture, again, you will have to make slight adjustments. For gaming, I don't think you really have to touch anything. It's going to be pretty good, or it's not, nothing's noticeable where it looks weird or anything like that. But something like movies, I noticed I did have to make adjustments. Just little things kind of bothered me that stuck out to me a little bit that just didn't seem 100% okay with how I felt about it. It's not the sharpest image either. Now this is being streamed, so that it could be the streaming that's causing the picture not to look super crispy. But overall, I don't think this TV is super crispy anyway, to be 100 with you. Like right here, you probably can't see it, but her light skin complexion, I can see little like orangey blotches. If anybody is a camera shooter who used to use Sony's, they used to have a Sony skin tone problem that people used to complain about. I kind of see it here for some reason a little bit. It's kind of weird. But other than that, it's not that noticeable. And plus, you shouldn't be all up on the TV anyway. So even being this close, I tend to get back a little further if I play a game or watch something typically. So I only have it on right now just to show you. But with that being said, I got it at Best Buy. You can get it at Target. You probably can get it at your local Sam's Club or Costco. But for sure, Best Buy, that's where I purchased it from. And like I said, again, I know they have it at Target too. Best Buy was a little low in stock, but Target had them wherever I looked at. And again, it was only like $220 or $230, I think, at the most. And so that's pretty much it. Make sure you do everything at your top level. And remember, you're no competition with anybody except yourself. So make sure your next move is your best move, or at least your better move. Until next time, talk to you later.